Well, if you were to compare the cost of one baby developing neck versus what you're spending on this product, you would be spending so much more on that baby that has necrotizing enterocolitis. So from our standpoint, we felt like it was worth the additional expense of an exclusive human milk diet to prevent that in babies.
Yeah, and not just the initial cost of neck, whether it's medical or surgical, and the extra days, but also the long-term effects and the morbidities that come along with the neck and or surgical neck and the consequences of that. Short gut, lifetime TPN. There's a lot of other down the road costs that you might not see the savings initially, but the quality of life and the quality of care just is improved with an exclusive human milk diet.
And you have other great results too, like reduced TPN days. You've got the cost of TPN. You know, I mean, there's other benefits besides just the prevention of neck that all have cost associated with them when they occur in your unit.
I think when you start to think about using an exclusive human milk diet, you compare it to formula or to cow's milk-based fortifier, which for many hospitals is free. For other hospitals that are going through the baby-friendly process, they are paying for those products now, but they're still greatly reduced. But should the exclusive human milk diet be compared to formula or fortifier? I don't know if that's the only thing it should be compared to. I think that looking at TPN and how expensive it is, you know, one day of TPN, that's a decrease in the patient's cost, and that could be comparable to what you're spending in Prolacta. Length of stay, amount of days to full feeds. There's so many things that are tied into the baby's stay that are now that we're seeing are being affected by a human milk fortifier and exclusive human milk diet. I think that the cost shouldn't be just looked at as the cost of fortifier, a cow's milk-based fortifier or formula, but really look at the medical stay of the patient in the NICU.
And especially CLABSI rates and line infections as well, and how that, getting those lines out sooner can improve that as well.
I think that we're seeing more and more articles being published about cost and how the exclusive human milk diet is decreasing the cost of the stay even if you are using the diet. In my own facility, we started using the diet only on a subset of patients who are at the highest risk of neck, and we did that because it was expensive and our primary goal was to decrease our risk of neck or our incidence of neck. What we saw, we looked at cost. We looked at cost of neck stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. We looked at that from the literature, but also did a cost match comparison in our own hospital. And what we saw was, even by using an exclusive human milk diet, we were spending less on these patients than we were otherwise. So the diet was no more expensive for the patients who were on it than the other complications for the patients who were not on the diet. So we felt very comfortable continuing to use the diet and actually expanding the use of the diet. So we went from using the diet on a very subset group of patients who are at the highest risk of neck to now using it for all patients that are less than 1,250 grams. And we did that by bringing the product in, analyzing how it was going for our babies, and then expanding it after we already started using the product.